Hi, this is Jack Godfrey, and this is Beginner Qigong. Today, before we get started with our physical practice, I want to talk about the three treasures, Jing, Qi, and Shen. And the most important one of these is Shen. However, we focus on the other two in order to reach Shen. So there's a focus on the physical practice, the Jing. There's a focus on the breathing, the energetic practice, Qi. And then there's a focus. We use those two to focus the mind on what we're doing, and that's how we get into Shen. In other forms of exercises, for example, running on a treadmill and watching the news on TV is a great form of physical exercise. It'll strengthen your muscles, help to burn up some calories, but it does nothing for your Qi and for your Shen, because you're not engaged. Your mind is not engaged on what's going on with the body, other than when you finally hit physical exhaustion and you can't move anymore, your mind then gets involved to go, oh wow, I'm tired. What we're looking to do, however, is get the internal aspects of the practice involved right from the very beginning, which is why we have our breathing and breathing in a particular way. And we play music I play music in a lot of my videos, but not all. And the music helps to keep the mind engaged in what's going on. And so the physical practice is important from the point of view that it helps to get the Qi moving throughout the body. And also, when I'm talking about how to do a particular movement, it's breathe in, draw the Qi in from this point and take it to that point. So we're using the breath to encourage the Qi, and we're using the mind to make sure the Qi is going where we intend it to go. So the physical practice, while important, helps, but we need to involve all three in the practice. So today, we're going to be working on the Golden Qi Ball series, and we'll talk about what's going on with the Qi and what's going on with the Shen while we are moving about. And we're also going to have the music involved as well. Coordinating the movement and the breath requires the mind to be engaged. So the music has 1 beat per second, and every 4 beats, there's a bell. And so what we're looking to do in our practice is come to the end of a movement, at the end of the breath, and at the bell. And then we move on, moving the breath in another direction, getting our Qi moving. So coordinating the physical movement and the energetic movement requires our mind, our Shen, to be involved as well. So when you get all these three going, you find you'll get significant benefit out of your Qigong practice. Watching the news while doing Qigong is going to lose about 90% of the benefit from doing the physical movement by itself. Getting the mind engaged in what's going on, leading the Qi from one place to another, gets you significantly more benefit out of your practice. So today, Golden Qi Ball series with a focus on the mind, the Shen. I also offer on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday YouTube videos. Monday is Intermediate Qigong. Wednesday, today, is Beginner Qigong. And on Friday, we have Beginner Tai Chi. On Saturday, we offer a Zoom live class at 9 a.m. Atlantic time, which is 8 a.m. Eastern time. If you'd like to get into that live class, send an email to jack.godfrey49@gmail.com, and I'll add you to the distribution list. As well, if you'd like to get notifications of when these videos are made available, you can subscribe by pressing the red bell down below this video at your leisure. And now, let's get on with the class. So the usual format we follow in our classes is we'll do some warm-up stuff. We'll work on our Golden Chi Ball series in this case, and then we'll do some wrap-up, some cool-down, bringing the mind back to focus on what's going on, getting the body to relax, getting the chi to calm down before we go on with the rest of the day. So to begin with, we want to start with our foundation as always. So you want to have the feet more or less parallel. And you're looking down, and what you're looking for is the width of your feet between your hands. You could also look at it as your two hands fit between your feet. So another route to do that is put the weight on this leg, lift the toes on this foot, lift the heel on this foot so you're on the ball joint of the foot over here. Swing the heel around and bring it down, and it should just about touch the ball joint to the other foot. Maybe it's pushing against it hard, maybe there's a slight gap. That's what we're looking for, is that almost touching. So you lift the heel up, lift the ball joint, lift the toes up, swing the heels around, and you want to have the feet more or less parallel. And once again, we've talked about this before, but it's the outside of the feet, the outside of the hips, one above the other, and the feet parallel. If you find, however, getting the feet parallel is causing pain or discomfort in your knees or your hips, we'll adjust the feet accordingly. We want the body to be comfortable here. Having pain going on while we're doing these movements is going to distract your mind from focusing on your Qi and on your Jing. And we want to be able to have our mind fully focused on what we're doing rather than on the pain or discomfort in the body. So if you need to adjust the feet to get rid of that pain, that's the thing to do. Now, the next thing is we have the small triangle and the large triangle. So you bring the weight into the toes. This is a small triangle. You shift the weight into the heels. This is the large triangle. So when you bring the weight into the toes, the heels stay on the floor. When you bring the weight into the toes, the heels stay in the floor. So we're pressing into the toes. This is a small triangle, but the heels are still in touch with the earth. We shift the weight into the heels. This is the large triangle, big toe, little toe, and the heel. Large triangle, but the toes stay on the floor, stay in touch with the earth. And next thing we do is we shift the weight into the toes. We lift the ribs, stretch the front of the body. We lift the chin slightly. We lift the tailbone. This is a dragon's back when we're stretching the front of the body. We tuck the tailbone in, drop the ribs, drop the chin, bring the shoulders forward. This is a turtle back. We're stretching the back of the body. So you come into the small triangle and a dragon's back. Move into the large triangle and a turtle back. And now we do it in concert with the music. So there's the bell, and we move into the small triangle when the bell sounds. Inhale, we're here. And then exhale, we move into the large triangle. Inhale, we come forward. And exhale, we move back. So just in this one here, we've got all three aspects of our practice involved. The physical movement, small triangle, dragon's back. Breathe in as we do this, and you're breathing into the bottom of the lungs. And then after the bell, we breathe out, we empty the lungs. So it's inhale, we come forward. And exhale, we come on back. And this moving the body, moving the breath in time with the bell engages our Shen, engages our mind, our consciousness, our intention, and we are fully involved in our practice here. So it's not only is the physical movement is just a vehicle to get the Qi and the Shen involved in our practice. Now, I want to talk briefly about the breath. We breathe. Most of the time, we're breathing up here. We breathe very shallowly. We maybe use the top third of the breath. So we're sitting at rest, reading a novel, watching TV, driving a car, and we're just breathing up here. And we just breathe shallow, and we inhale and we exhale, and we're not using the rest of the lungs. So what we want to do when we're practicing here is when we breathe in, we're breathing in for 4 seconds. You want to breathe all the way to the bottom of the lungs, expanding the abdomen, pushing down with the diaphragm, massaging our organs here. So it's inhale deeply. And then exhale. So we're breathing with intention. It's not just something that happens automatically. When we're doing our Qigong practice, we're breathing on purpose. So you want to take deep breaths down to the bottom of the lungs. And then exhale, you want to empty that out. And so if you just let it flow out gently, you're going to find that it takes more than a bell. It's going to take like 2 bells to exhale the breath. So we breathe in on purpose. And then exhale. So we have to force the air out to get it all gone by the time the next bell comes. So breathing with purpose, other than just letting it happen automatically. And then using the mind to focus on getting the breath in, getting the breath out, listening for the bell, and moving the body all at the same time. So we use these two to get the mind fully engaged and work on leading the Qi into a particular part of the body. So having talked about all of that stuff, we're going to do some of the golden Qi ball movements here. So the first one is shaking the 9 gates. The 9 gates are the areas in the body where the Qi tends to get stuck. It's the major joints, the wrists, the elbows, the shoulders, the hips, the knees, the ankles, the lower back, the ribs, and the neck. So this one is a good one to get the Qi flowing out to the extremities. In our mostly sedentary life, for most of us, the Qi isn't moving very much, and the breath isn't happening very much. So we use this movement to get the Qi out to the extremities, to help cool down the head, warm up the hands and the feet. So we begin with, our hands are wet. Shake the water off our hands. You get the shoulders going as well. And then we add in the knees, the hips, and the ankles. And then we twist. We look over the shoulders. So this gets the back involved. So we're here at the front. And exhale, we twist to the side. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, breathe, fill the lungs. Exhale. Inhale, we're at the front. Exhale, we twist to the side. Inhale. Exhale. Inhaling. Exhale. Inhaling. Exhale. Inhale, we're at the front. Exhale, we twist to the side, look over the shoulder. Inhaling. exhale. Inhaling. And exhale. And we pause. We should have some tingling going on in the hands, a little bit of extra color in the palms. And this is us getting the chi out to the extremities. Our hands should be warm. Our feet should be warm. We take this chi that we've generated and we bring it in to the brass basin. Now I want to talk a little bit more about the bell. If you find that when you're doing the breathing and you're doing one of the movements and the bell's going too soon, well, that's fine. What you want to do is adjust your breath what you want to do is adjust your timing so that it matches your breath and what feels natural for your body. If you find that 2 bells is the right interval for you, well, excellent. Go for the 2 bells. So that would be inhale. So let's do this again, but we're going to do it to 2 bells. Your hands are wet. That's 1 bell. 2 bells, and we twist to the side. So inhale. Exhale. And so on. So that's doing it to 2 bells, which is 8 seconds inhale, 8 seconds exhale. And you go, well, Jack, that's all very fine, but 2 bells is too much. 4's not enough. So doing it to 1 bell, so a count of 4 or 4 seconds, I feel rushed. Doing it for 8 seconds, inhale, 8 seconds, exhale, too much, too long. So what do? Go for 6. Find the interval. So, which means that you're going to have to engage your mind even more in what you're doing, because you're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And now I either inhale or exhale, whatever's next. And so now I'm counting the taps. I'm paying attention to the dings as well, because what's happening is I have a ding, I count for 6, I'm halfway through, and I change direction of the breath. And when I'm done, let's say the exhale, I should have a ding going on, but I have in the middle where I'm changing direction of the breath, there's no ding because I'm halfway through. So you're engaging your mind in your practice. You're using your breath, you're using your movement, all 3 together to get even more out of your practice. Now, I find that for most of my Qigong movements, that 4 works well for me. There are some where I'm going like, damn, I like 6 in this particular one, because I like to make the movements long and slow as I reach up to the heavens, move to the opposite side, and draw the chi down into the brass basin. So the slower you move, the better it is, but you're going to find a place where it's too slow. So let's move on to the next one here, which is standing on a boat. So this one we focus on small triangle, large triangle, dragon's back, turtle back. So we start with inhale, small triangle, then exhale, large triangle. Inhale, we add the arms, dragon's back here. Exhale, turtle back. Small triangle, inhale, dragon's back. Large triangle, exhale, turtle back. So inhaling, exhale. Deep breath. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Let's go for a count of 6. Exhale. Inhaling. Exhale. Inhaling. Inhale. Inhale, we come up. And exhale, we come on down. Inhale, small triangle, lift the ribs, breathe to the bottom of the lungs. Exhale, large triangle, turtle back. So inhaling, exhale. All right, we'll do one more of these. All right, so the next movement in the Golden Chi Ball series is Phoenix ascends the flame. So for this one, we reach down to the earth. We gather some chi from the earth. We bring it up to the heavens, and then we draw it in to the brass basin. So this is another aspect of involving the mind in the 3 parts of a Qigong practice. So the Qi, the Jing, and the Shen. So for this one, we're leading the Qi. So we reach down to the earth. We gather the Qi from the earth. We pull it up to the heavens. We look up to the heavens as well. And then exhale. We draw that Qi that we've gathered from the earth and from the heavens, and we bring it in to the brass basin. So we're using our mind to lead the Qi. We're using the physical practice to help with the leading of the Qi as well. So let's look at it again. So inhale, we gather the Qi from the earth. The dragon's back here as we look to the heavens. And then exhale, we draw that Qi we've gathered in to the brass basin. So inhale, gather the Qi up from the earth. And exhale, bringing the Qi from the heavens, grabbing a beach ball and drawing it in to the body. So the mind is very much involved in making sure the Qi is moving throughout the body. So inhale. And exhale. So now we're going to coordinate the movement, the breath, with the bell as well to make sure that we're getting long, slow movements here. So inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, filling the lungs, going down into the abdomen. Exhale. Inhaling. And exhale. Inhaling. Exhale. Once more. All right, so that was Phoenix ascends the flame. So I want to talk one more thing about the Qi, the breath. It's for me, and for a lot of people who practice Qigong, it's in through the nose, out through the nose. Other teachers, other disciplines of Qigong will teach in through the nose and out through the mouth. I find that, previous to this, I still do, I practiced yoga, and I did it quite intensely for 25 years. And I found that what kept the energy in the body, the qi, was to breathe in through the nose, breathe out through the nose. Occasionally, I would exhale through my mouth, and it would feel like I had just burst a balloon and all the qi escaped. All the energy left the body. And so I've always is a difficult thing to do, but most of the time, in through the nose, out through the nose, works for me, keeps the qi, keeps the energy in the body. So you breathe in through the nose, filling the lungs. You breathe out through the nose, emptying the lungs. Now, if you have an issue where breathing in and out through the nose is difficult, well, we're back to what we talked about way back at the beginning of this video, where if it's causing you grief, if it's causing you pain, you modify to suit what works well for your body. So get the Jing happy, get the qi moving, filling the lungs, get the Shen involved in what's going on as well, but making sure that you keep the discomfort away. We don't want any pain in the body. That's going to interfere with Jing, Qi, and Shen, because we're busy focusing on the pain rather than moving the qi throughout the body. Now we'll do one more movement here, and then we'll be wrapping up. And this is, we're skipping a few in the series, and we're moving on to Dragon Plays with the Ball. It's also known as embracing the sun and the moon. We need our feet in a different place. So we step out to the side. This is the stacking of the bones stance. So the feet are parallel. Stacking of the bones. Grab a broomstick, put it against your ribs, against your hip, and you want to touch your ankle. So the shoulders, the ribs, the hip, the ankle, one above the other, and this broomstick is going straight up and down. We come over here and the same thing happens. Ribs, shoulder, ribs, hip, ankle, knee bent, leg straight. So this is what's going on here as we move from side to side. This knee bent, both knees bent. This knee bent, this leg straight. In the center, both knees are bent. Now this one's bent, this one's straight. So that's the basic movements. Now we have some more things going on here. So here we go. We're starting to involve our mind in what's going on here. So the Shen. So come over here. Turn the hips so we're facing this way. Put the weight in the heel. Turn the weight, turn the hips, put the weight in the toe. Push with the toes. Let the hips turn so we land in the heel. Shift into the toes. Push with the toes, land in the heel. So what's happening here is the hips are moving as a result of us shifting our weight in our feet. Land in the heel. Shift into the toes. Push with the toes, land in the heel. So now we're making a figure 8 movement on the floor with our hips. So this is the foundation of Dragon Plays with the Ball. So we had the heel here, the hips are turned, turn the torso a little bit, and hold the ball here to the side. The leg that's got all the weight, that arm's on top. Now shift the weight into the toes, let the ball come down. Let the weight land in the heel. The ball rises up and we're looking to the side. Shift, push with the toes, land in the heel. So exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. So the whole goal here is to finish the movement when the bell sounds. The bell should sound. We come up over here. So what we're doing here is we're adjusting our movement to coordinate with the bell. So that requires us to focus our attention and make sure our movements are smooth and we don't arrive too early or too late. So dragon plays with the ball, embracing the sun and the moon. So inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Remember, fill the lungs. Inhaling here. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. We'll do one more on each side. This is one of them. And that's the last one. So now we bring the feet back together. We're going to move into our wrap-up now. Sorry, no, we want to still be in stacking the bone stance. Shoulder, ribs, hip, ankle. Same over here. Shoulder, ribs, hip, ankle. Feet parallel. And now the wrap-up, the 5 directions. So inhale, forward. Exhale, backward. Inhale, off to the right. Exhale, down to the hip. Inhale, off to the left. Down to the hip. Inhale, both hands, reach up. Exhale, down to the hips. So this is center. So inhale, we come up. Exhale, we come back. Inhale, we rise up. Exhale, we come on down. Inhale to the opposite side. Exhale. Now to engage the mind even more, watch the hands. One hand we watch come up. We watch the other hand as we come down. Inhale, watch the hand rise up. Exhale, watch it come down to the hip. Inhale, watch the hand rise up. Exhale, watch it come down to the hip. Inhale, watch one of the hands come up. Exhale, watch the other one come down. And we take 2 bells here. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Inhale. Last cycle. And that's the practice for today. So thank you all for coming. We had quite a focus on Jing, Qi, and Shen, and how it helps get more from your practice. See you next time.